Hello, everyone.
Hey yo.
A fun morning of spooky horror. Well, we'll talk about whether it's horror.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't wait, dude.
Okay. All
Alrighty.
right. I'm
Ready?
ready. Yep.
Okay, here we go. One, two, three, click. One, two, three, clap.
Clap. One, two, three, clap.
Clap.
Mm,
That
kind
was
of
a
a,
big delay.
yeah, kind of a long delay. Hasn't been like that for a
Mm.
long time.
We'll check back in. Yeah,
Okay.
let's check. I'm gonna check back in at 2 o'clock.
Okay, great. Okay. I'll do the cold open. Here we go. Movies that tell survival stories usually drop us into extreme situations set in exotic locales. Tom Hanks got stranded on a tropical island with only his wits, ice skates, and volleyball best friend to help him stay alive. James Franco got to enjoy the beautiful scenery of southern Utah before having to drink his own pee and cut through his arm with a pocket knife. And Matt Damon was on Mars, for Pete's sake. Mars! Those poor potatoes, though. Rob Reiner's 1990 Stephen King adaptation is a survival story, too, but the location is a little less appealing: a psychotic nurse's guest bedroom. Still, like the best survival stories, the protagonist, writer Paul Sheldon, has to science his way out of there using his resourcefulness, grit, and human will to endure, plus a really heavy typewriter missing the N. It may not be as flashy as Sandra Bullock floating around the earth at 15,000 miles per hour having visions of George Clooney, but sometimes the place you want to escape most is someone else's house. We're the two Gomers. We're talking Misery, and this is Perfect Movie.
Welcome everybody to Perfect Movie, a podcast where two regular guys try to save the universe one great film at a time. This is Anthony speaking, one of those two aforementioned Gomers, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, with my friend Steven, all the way out in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Steven's choice today.
Last year I did, was last year Hunt for Red October, Pertnerda?
No, I
Or
think
was that 2 years?
so. We did Hunt for Red October 3 years ago, I think.
Okay. Dang it.
October
Okay.
Sky 2
Yep.
years ago, and we did
Hmm.
something scary last year, I think.
Yeah, what did we do? Because it was like, that's why I was thinking it was two October movies in a row in October. Hmm.
It was, but then I think we switched it up to actually something scary, but I could be wrong. So
Okay.
now I have to go back and look, but we are doing something scary, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is
Yep.
now I will just say I remember this vividly. I was probably in seventh or eighth grade, and I was at Blockbuster
Mm-hmm.
in uh, in Madison by the Shopco. You know that
Yep.
Blockbuster by the what was the roller rink called?
Roller Drome or no?
A Fast Forward.
Fast forward. There we go.
Is that what it's called? There was a
Yeah,
Blockbuster
that's
there,
it.
remember?
Yep.
And oh, we did Ghostbusters last year.
Oh, right. Okay, great.
That has ghosts in it.
Yep.
Um, and they get
Perfect
busted
Cali
and it
movie.
feels good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I remember always going to, and I was very, very scared, a very scared child. And so I did
Mm-hmm.
not like horror movies. But I used to go to the horror section and look at the
Hmm.
boxes
Hmm.
and just get scared.
Wow.
I
That's
don't
actually
know
pretty
why.
brave, though.
I don't know why I did that. I just remember like, okay, taking a deep breath. I'm gonna go into the horror section. I'm just gonna look at the VHS covers until I'm
Mm-hmm.
too scared. And then I'll go back and like look at the cover of Back to the Future Part 2 or whatever, Part 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both great covers. Hook, great cover. Um,
Yep.
so I remember this cover. I remember the VHS cover of Misery.
Hmm.
Um, and it is just I found it again. I found the one. I'm gonna read the one that I remember looking at. It's Misery in typewriter type. That's
Yep.
red. Um, James Caan and Kathy Bates. kind of over the title. And then
Mm-hmm.
most of the cover is Colorado snow, trees, mountains, and then
Mm-hmm.
Annie Wilkes's house, very small at the bottom with the light
Yeah.
on in the guest bedroom, and you can
Mm-hmm.
kind of see James Caan's silhouette sitting in his wheelchair inside the window.
Mm.
And it freaked me out.
Huh.
I I mean there's like covers that I would look at and I would like have bad dreams about, right? That had monsters on them and stuff. But I never liked to look at Freddy or like
Yeah,
Freddy in
yuck. I
particular
hated
really
that.
freaked me out.
I know, me too. Ew, I know.
Yuck. Um, but what this cover did was like it got my imagination going like what's going on in there?
Mm-hmm.
Why is this in the horror section? And
Right.
it doesn't have a monster on the front, right?
Yeah.
Um, and then the slogan on the front, I don't know, the one-liner on the front of the VHS is so good, and I'll get to that when I read the VHS cover. But this movie, my point is this movie was obviously in the horror section.
Right.
Um, and I think I still put it there in my mind, though I think some people would call it a thriller.
Yeah. Um, I okay, so dude, my history with this movie,
Uh-huh.
um, I've heard multiple times about it.
Yep.
Uh, I remember talking, I think I was talking to my father-in-law, and we were talking about Kathy Bates in something, and he was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Well, have you ever seen Misery?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Okay, well, you've got to see that."
Yep.
And so my history with this movie
Mm.
is I watched it today for the first time ever.
Okay. I love
I've
it.
never seen it. I knew
Okay.
nothing about it. I watched the trailer a couple days ago,
Uh-huh.
and I chose to watch it in bed this morning.
During the day in bed.
Yep. Yeah. Because I was talking to Erin because she saw it in high school,
Okay.
and she was like, there was one scene in particular that I'll never forget. And now I know what
Yes.
she was talking about.
The scene
Um,
that everybody, yeah, that no one
yep.
forgets when they watch this movie. That I close
Yep.
my eyes during now.
You see, I didn't this time. I probably will next time when I watch it again.
You have to see it once because it's one of the most harrowing scenes in any movie, right? We're talking about the
Right. Oh yeah.
hobbling scene, right?
Yep. Right.
So
Exactly.
you have to watch it once, but you don't have to watch it anymore. Every time I watch this movie, which has been a lot, I skip that part.
Yeah, but I guess it kind of looks fake though. It just kind of goes like bow.
Yeah, but I remember it being like, oh no. Now, so okay, keep going, and then I'll tell you a little bit of my history further after I got a little older. But yeah, so you'd never seen it before, but Erin
Right. So
had,
never
and
saw
she
it.
said, watch it in bed.
No, no, no. So she, because I was like, should I watch it? Like after we put the kids to bed,
Hmm.
after Lily's birthday, which was yesterday night,
Yeah.
or I actually have Thursday morning off. She's like, there's a lot of stuff. Like he's in the bed a lot. I wouldn't watch it lying in bed right before you go to sleep.
But when you wake up, that's fine.
Right. Um, but I kind of did that ironically. Like I thought it'd
Yeah.
be funny because I will say like I had absolutely zero clue. I didn't know James Caan was in this. I
Okay.
knew Kathy Bates was in this
Your
because of my
father-in-law.
conversation.
Right.
Yep, with Aaron's
Yep.
dad, and and then the the trailer tells the
Hmm.
whole story.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of mad I watched the trailer
Oh, okay. Yeah. Me
because
too.
I was like, well, that gave the whole movie away.
Okay. Wow, that's a shame.
Yeah, I mean, I always watch the trailer. I
Huh.
mean, that's what people do,
Yeah, I should have
right?
told you not to. Because what would they put in the trailer besides the whole story, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess I wonder if there's like a modern trailer that's less revealing or something.
Or a
All
teaser there probably is
Yeah,
a
a
teaser
teaser.
to this movie that would have
Yep.
been a better watch, but you didn't know.
Didn't know. Also, I'm totally glad I watched it. I don't care. I mean, like, it was just kind of a bummer because I was like, oh, well, I know. So then it was kind of like Titanic in like, well, I know what's going to happen. Uh, I mean,
Titanic,
but
another Kathy
let's,
Bates movie.
yep. But I was like, let's see how this happens. But
Yeah.
so here's the thing, though, how actors and actresses like bring with them things from former roles. Now Kathy Bates means something totally different to me in everything else. Now that
Okay.
I've seen this today,
Yeah.
like I
She's
could
awesome in this
see.
movie.
Oh my gosh, she is a friggin' genius in this movie. So scary, so funny, so weird.
I wonder
She
if
is
there's
so good.
anything I've ever seen with her in it where I haven't thought she's amazing.
I know. Oh yeah, well, so I guess for me, my introduction would have been Titanic, I
Yeah,
guess, right?
sure. Yep.
I'm trying to think of anything else I would have seen her in the 90s.
Yeah, I'm sure there are
I'm sure
other
she was
things,
in
but
stuff.
that's the one I went to first was he probably when I thought about what you know of Kathy Bates, it's Titanic,
Yep. The
right? James
Office.
Caan is The Office? Yeah, I guess so.
So I remember from The Office,
Yep, she
Kathy
has a
Bates.
funny run on The Office.
Mm-hmm.
Um, James Caan for me is Sonny, right, in The
Yes.
Godfather, and
And Elf.
Elf's dad. Right? So this movie is kind of like sandwiched between those two.
I know it's like cuz he's post middle age like older dude in Elf and he's a
Yep.
young dude in Godfather. So this is kind of like his middle age.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
About Schmidt. That's the other one, the
Oh,
other Kathy
yes,
Bates
Kathy Bates
that I
about
remember
Schmidt.
really
That's a
well.
great performance. And
Mhm.
get to see her naked in that.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. A fully nude scene of Kathy Bates in
I
About
don't
Schmidt.
remember that. Oh, there
Um,
was On the Basis of Sex
I don't
about
know
Ruth
that
Bader
one.
Ginsburg. I remember her in that.
Oh,
Um,
interesting. Um,
I'm
no,
just looking through her.
she's
Yeah.
now raking it in on she's the new Matlock on
Yep.
CBS.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen people talking about it and I've seen clips and stuff.
We watched a couple, and the premise of the show is so insane. It's I'm
Huh.
not going to spoil it, but
I
it's not just like I'm Matlock now. Uh,
Yeah,
the
no,
premise
I
is
can't
very
remember. You can tell
strange.
me because I can't remember. Like I watched enough of the first episode in passing. Like I think they were watching it at Christmas or I don't know.
She
No,
lives
this
in
summer.
a
This summer.
universe where the first Matlock show actually exists, and so
Okay.
she is taking on that name. And we watched it last 2 falls ago, so I can't remember, but it's pretty wacky. And she's
Okay.
amazing in it. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
never seen
Okay.
anything with her in it that I'm like, not very good, Kathy Bates. Um, so she's perfectly
She's awesome.
cast. The my deeper history with this is it's the first Stephen King book I ever read.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And that was so it must have been seventh grade. I was scared by the cover, the VHS cover, and then I checked out Misery and hid it under my bed. My parents didn't know I was reading it, and it was the
Mm-hmm.
first Stephen King book I ever read. Um,
Okay.
and The Long Walk, which I just saw a couple weekends ago, was the second Stephen King book I ever read. So this was kind of a weird experience for me this past week watching both of
Hmm.
those movies in
Yep.
pretty quick succession. Um, so I've got it here. I found this last a year and a half ago, a first edition Misery.
Mm. Wow, that's
So
awesome.
I've got this up on my shelf, and um, I remember being very affected by it, uh, and kind of from then on wanting to get my hands on other Stephen King stuff because, well, I think we talked about this during when we did Shawshank.
Yep.
Perception of Stephen King is he writes horrible monster demon books, right?
Right.
And then you realize that's like half of what he writes.
Mm,
The other half is not that at all. A lot of it is like Misery, where it's thriller, and he is now in a um like a crime thriller season in his writing. He hasn't written a
okay.
horror book probably in 5 or 6 years. Um,
Yeah.
and then there's stuff like Shawshank and Stand By Me and Life of Chuck, which is just him at his most sentimental,
Ah, okay.
where he just writes really good books about childhood and about people and about relationships. And then there's Misery, which is it might be his best book. It's not my favorite, but I think it might
Huh.
be his best book. Um,
Wow. That's a big high claim.
I think it might be his best book. I mean, maybe The Stand, which is my favorite book, but it's just not as tight. I
Hmm.
mean, this book is just so tight and good in every way. And it's not that long. I mean, look, it's a pretty thin book for King.
Yep.
I should have brought The Stand in here, or maybe I have it. No, I don't. I mean, The Stand is like 5 times as long as this book. So it's a pretty
Oh, okay.
slim Stephen King novel. Um, and it was kind of begging for a movie adaptation. It just translates really well onto the screen.
Hmm.
And so
What are we gonna talk about kind of differences between the movie and
mhm,
the book?
we will.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Um,
Because I want to know some of those.
yeah, I want to bring that up. There is one very significant difference that I like better about the movie.
Okay.
That's going to be one of my evidences.
Hmm. Cool.
Well, let's do the one sheet. I'll read the back of this beautiful VHS box and then we can go into the trial.
All right, let's do it. All right, Misery, released on November 30th, 1990. Budget of $20 million. Grossed at the box office $61.3 million.
Mm,
It did have one Oscar win for actress in a leading role, Kathy Bates.
yeah.
Absolutely deserves it.
I can't
Incredible.
remember if James Caan was nominated. I don't think so.
I
It's
don't think so.
it his it's not a very flashy role.
Right.
And I do know a lot of people turned it down because they were like, I'm just gonna have to lay in a bed the
Right.
whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. So I was reading that Warren Beatty was the first pick.
Okay.
Now, he was also Dick Tracy that same year.
Yeah. I have
Do you
Dick Tracy
remember?
thoughts we could talk about sometime, but
Yeah. Well, I just remember Dick Tracy being a big deal when we were in middle school.
it
Like
was.
the art, I think I had like a T-shirt or a
Yeah.
poster.
Did you
It
actually
had a
see Dick
very
Tracy in the theater, or
distinct
was it just one of
look.
those things where it just was like there in the ether?
Yeah, no, I saw it. I saw it.
Okay. I didn't see it
Very
until I was a
stylish.
grown up.
Okay, I think we went to it in middle
Okay.
school.
Huh.
Pretty sure. What didn't have McDonald's have a tie-in with
Yes.
it? I feel like.
That's my main connection with Dick Tracy is um, they didn't have Happy Meal tie-ins. They had like extra value meal tie-ins like Jurassic Park did.
Oh, yeah. Okay, like bring the adults to Mickey and Aldo's.
Yes, exactly. And
Huh.
then I remember Madonna she was in Dick Tracy. That was a big deal.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, Warren Beatty is obsessed also with Dick Tracy as far as I like he still owns the rights.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And he has to put out Dick Tracy content every like 5 years to keep the rights. And so he'll
Huh.
do like little skits
Okay.
or like Zoom calls where he plays Dick Tracy, and that helps him keep the rights. It's crazy.
Weird.
Yeah,
Weird.
I know. So
Um,
it all started
yeah.
because he didn't lie in bed getting his ankles broken by Kathy Bates, I guess.
Well, I guess what I read was that, or heard, not read, was that Warren Beatty was like the original choice,
Mm.
and who the writer, screenplay writer Goldman,
Yeah, William Goldman.
um, William Goldman, famous dude, big time
Yep.
writer.
Hmm.
Um, chose to do the movie partially because of that cutting off of the feet scene
Mm,
or something.
yeah.
And Warren Beatty was like, I won't do that. I like it's too emasculating and like I don't want to be seen just like
Huh.
laying there and having my feet cut off and stuff. So forget it.
Yep.
Um, and then they changed it to just breaking the ankles.
Yeah.
Oh, yuck, dude.
Yep.
um, it's giving me shivers
Yeah,
right now just thinking about it.
she cuts things off more in the book.
Okay, that's what I heard also was that
Yep.
originally it was a cutoff, um, but
Yeah.
that audiences did not like that. Like test
Th-
audiences were like, that's too far.
Yeah, there's something about the hobbling scene. Okay, we'll get back to the hobbling scene. Let's
Okay,
put a
all
pin
right,
in
great.
that. Yep.
Okay, put a pin in that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so top cast members, very small cast. James Caan, Kathy
Yep.
Bates, best last name ever, Richard Farnsworth.
I love this guy. I love
I,
Richard Farnsworth and
dude,
his
Farns,
mustache.
dude, Farnsworth rules, and I freaking love like him and Francis Sternhagen, Virginia.
It's so fun.
What?
What?
Wait, hold on a second. Francis Sternhagen. Is she? Wait, no. Is she
What?
like the kind of like housekeeper in Partner to Night They Saved? Is that
Is
how we
she?
know her? Hold on a second. I'm like, how do I know Francis Sternhagen,
This
dude?
this just well, you have watched the credits of The Night They Saved Christmas a million times, so maybe you recognize
Yeah.
her name from that. He's looking it
Night
up, folks.
They Saved. Okay, so I'm wondering if it was Francis Sternhagen in in this. I don't know.
Okay.
So I could be wrong.
Yep.
No, it wasn't. Never mind. It
Oh, what
was
a bummer. But
Anne
it is a Francis
Haney.
Sternhagen type in The
Yeah,
Night They Saved Christmas.
I was about to be like so happy, which I already am, but like I thought she's in other stuff though, Francis Sternhagen. Like,
And so
don't you
is
recognize
Farnsworth.
her?
Like I recognize those two, and they were so great together
Mm-hmm.
in this. Yep.
Yep. Super funny. Misery the pig, played by himself or herself, not quite sure.
I think her.
Um, okay. Composer Mark Shaman, who we love from things such as uh, City Slickers
Uh-huh.
and, of course, partner to A Few Good Men.
Wait a minute. Do we love him from that?
I don't know. It's yeah. We we love to quote it at least.
Yep.
Directed by Rob Reiner,
Mm-hmm.
who is just on an incredible run right now.
Yeah.
Uh, Rotten Tomatoes, 91% critic, 90% audience. I also put here other movies released around the same time. It's
Hmm.
amazing to see that Ghost was number one, that movie. Pretty Woman,
Yes.
number two.
Mm-hmm.
Home Alone, number three.
Mm-hmm.
That's because it had only been, when the box office came, it had only been out for like a month or two.
Right. I think
Um,
Home Alone became then the highest grossing of the next year or something like that. There's
yeah,
something
I think so.
like because it came out in the winter, um,
Right.
because I do think Ghost was number one in
Mm-hmm.
1990.
Yep.
So all three of those movies you named so far are not franchise movies. They're original IP, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
love that
That's why
about
it's.
90.
I know, me too. That's why I wrote them down. It's like that's incredible.
Yep.
Um, I mean, five, six, and seven are Hunt for Red October, total Hunt for Red October,
Uh-huh.
Total Recall, Die Hard 2, and then Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
I mean, what a time to be alive, dude. Driving Miss Daisy,
Yeah.
Fantasia re-release,
Dick Tracy. Don't
Partner
forget.
to Dick
Oh,
Tracy,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
TMNT.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, pizza time, dude.
It was pizza time. Lots of people. Pizza time, macaroni and cheese time on Home Alone.
Mm. Yep.
What do they eat in this one? They have some sort of like weird. She makes them some
Oh,
weird Salisbury steak or something. What
yeah.
are they eating?
They have meatloaf.
That's what it is. Meatloaf.
She's like, he's like, "What's your secret? You don't get this kind of food in New York City." Right?
It's sort of like he is really kind of snarky in some
Mm-hmm.
ways that she doesn't
Mm-hmm.
notice. That's one of
Mm-hmm.
them.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
like, "Well, I'm
he's
not going to get this kind of thing in New York City." That is an
I
insult
feel
to
like
her.
he could break the fourth wall if it was now, like Jim the Office style. Like, won't get this in New York and like look right at the camera.
My favorite part is when he just gives her the finger
Oh
outside the
yeah,
window,
dude.
and
That
she's
was
like, "Oh,
incredible.
you."
Oh, you.
That is
Dude,
maybe my favorite moment
I
that I
know
always
that's so
forget
good.
about. It is this real. It's a really funny moment when it's like this dire, harrowing movie. One of the reasons why it's great.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
okay, let me read the back of the box. So I told you about the box a little bit. What I didn't tell you was that this box that I also saw, I remember it having an Oscar on the front, an Oscar statue, and it
Oh.
says Oscar
Uh-huh.
winner Best Actress Kathy Bates right on the front.
Interesting.
Um, and then a very interesting top row of names, directed by Rob Reiner,
Mm-hmm.
based on the novel by Stephen King, screenplay by William Goldman. It's like
Ah.
they're advertising this movie as like a I don't know how to explain it. They're like, it's important who wrote this. It's important who directed this movie.
Yeah. It's like this is a good, well-crafted, important, you know, award-winning movie. Kind
That's
of like
right.
that.
That's what I mean. It's a well-crafted movie, and we want you to see the crafters on the front
Right.
of the box.
It's like the era before Sundance was the thing, or film
Uh-huh.
festival stuff you always want to put on it now.
Right.
Like you see
Yep.
those film festival things, and you're like, oh, okay, this is important. This is good, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Did they do
Um,
that back then? I don't feel like they did that back
not
then.
as much, I don't think. All those like symbols that look like birds or whatever, and it says winner of this bird
Yeah,
award.
yeah, yeah. Right, right.
Um, the one-liner under Misery says Paul Sheldon used to write for a living. Now he's writing to stay alive. Pretty sweet.
Whoa, that's actually really good.
A bird just hit my window.
Oh,
That's some scary stuff. It's never happened
that's
before.
kind of
Well,
weird,
while
dude.
we've been recording, that has never happened before. Okay. Well, keep going.
Ugh.
I'm gonna read the back of the box.
Okay.
I love this. I love this opening line from the director of When Harry Met Sally.
If you liked When Harry Met Sally,
You'll love this other movie about a man and a woman
this
forming a
romantic
relationship
rom-com.
over a period of time. Um,
I wonder if there's a
from
rom-com honest trailer of this, you know?
Oh, I bet you there is. Um, from the director of When Harry Met Sally, and based on the novel by Stephen King, comes Misery, a darkly humorous, engrossing thriller, starring Oscar winner Kathy Bates as novelist Paul Sheldon's number one fan, and James Caan as her vulnerable victim. When a blizzard, what'd you think about that snow? This is a
Oh, loved.
non-Christmas snow movie.
Mm-hmm. Great. Yep. And it rains, but then it still snows again.
Yes, I was thinking Anthony must be loving the weather in this movie.
Yep. Love
When a
great
blizzard
weather
sends his
movies.
car off the road, Sheldon's life is saved by a local nurse, Annie Wilkes. As Annie's care and concern turns into insane obsession, the two become locked in a chilling contest of survival, pitting Sheldon's physical disability against Annie's murderous intent.
Mm.
Good News Nation, it's in color. Um, it's rated R, a rare rated
Is
R
it?
to Gomer's movie. Yeah.
Huh. I didn't realize it was rated R.
Yep. Um, I'm gonna strike one thing real quick.
Okay.
I don't love how this movie looks.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
which is strange because it's Barry Sonnenfeld is the DP, the director of photography.
Yeah.
Um, and I like other stuff. So he did When Harry Met Sally, and I love how that movie looks.
Oh, yep.
Um, but like he did Big, and he did this
Mm-hmm.
movie, and I'm not so sure I like how it's just there's not that much. Maybe it's on purpose, but I wish there was a little bit more dread in the filming of this movie.
Oh, okay. Sure.
He does kind of the canted angle stuff sometimes, and definitely like
Yep.
he'll get right up in Annie's face
Yeah,
when
yeah.
she's
Some jump
going
scares. Like,
crazy.
yep.
Um, I I kind of feel like that's used too often.
Mm,
Uh, but we can talk about that more. He does, I mean, Sonnenfeld goes on to do like Adam's Family and like direct the like Men in Black, and you can kind of see that his
hmm.
movies kind of look like that. Um, I just don't know if I love it. I'm
Okay.
striking that right now.
Strike the cinematography. Terrible. Just kidding. Not
Get a
terrible.
hold of yourself, Barry Sonnenfeld. Okay, dude. Well, let's go into the trial.
All right, let's do it. All right. Oh, let's clap. Clap, sorry. One, two, three, clap.
Clap.
Oh my
One,
God.
2, 3, clap.
Clap.
Wow. You do seem kind of janky. Am I janky too when I'm moving or not?
Nope. Look
Okay.
great. Let's try to just finish it.
Okay. Let's do it.
Weird. It's been going
Yeah.
fine.
I think it's fine too.
Yep. Or you want to say all
All
rise?
rise.
Hey, how's it going over there? I'm totally creeped out right now, but it's still really fun, especially in spooky October. Thanks, Gomers.
Dr. Knudsen would have been a helpful. What if Dr. Knudsen went nuts? Oh, shoot. Hold on.
Oh, what?
My thing stopped.
Oh,
Just now it
weird.
did.
Okay, no problem.
Huh. What's going on?
Um, that's weird.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about Dr. Knudsen going nuts.
Yeah, it's fine. Hold on. Let's just start from. Okay, go to 3110,
Okay. And we'll
and
clap
that's
again.
when you can just come in. Yeah, and we'll clap again. Okay, hold on. 3110. On.
Got it.
Okay, great. All right, 3110. We'll start there. Ready?
Huh.
Okay.
Let me shut down some things on my computer quick.
Okay.
Just I got Teams open. That's probably making things slow. That's my guess. Stupid Teams.
Mm,
I'm just sorry. I'm just shutting things down.
no problem.
Okay, great. 3110.
3110. Sweet. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. One, two, three, click. All right, let's clap. One, two, three, clap.
Clap. 1, 2, 3, clap.
Clap.
That's better.
A little better.
A little better. Dr. Knudsen could have helped in this
Mm,
situation,
yeah, dude.
but he
I
wasn't there.
I do want to get into at some point, um, like why didn't he ever be like, hey, can we like get out of here? Like, do you feel at all like he was kind of like, okay, like when she's saying like once the phone lines get back, or like once the roads are clear, and like you can clearly see out of the window. Maybe this is part of the look
Yeah,
or
maybe.
the filming, but I
Yep.
was like, wait, look outside. It's clear blue skies. A little
Mm-hmm.
bit of snow on the ground, but that's it.
Yep. So
Like
I
call
think,
Knudsen.
yeah, I think that one thing the book helps with is that uh he is much more addicted to the drugs she is giving him in the book.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And so he almost becomes reliant on her, and
Ah,
it messes with his mind, it makes him more foggy, but
interesting.
also because this the book is actually about addiction. Stephen King wrote it when he was addicted to drugs and alcohol.
Okay, yeah, I had heard that.
Um
Wasn't a reading of this was that she is like the drug,
yeah, he
and
writes about
that
that in On Writing. He says Annie
okay,
Wilkes was cocaine, right? Annie
trying to
Wilkes
kill
was
him.
alcohol. And no matter how much you hate it, you are trapped in it. You
Mm,
know it's bad. You know it's trapping you, and you know you're in bondage. You know all this stuff,
interesting.
but you can't get out.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the reasons why I like horror is that it's always about something else, right? We talked about this a little bit in our
Right.
Get Out episode, right? Like
Uh-huh.
Get Out is a horror movie about racism, right? And
Mm-hmm.
having to
Mm-hmm.
visit your white girlfriend's parents.
Right.
One of them is Josh Lyman. Right? And so I love it that Stephen King can have an idea. What if I wrote a book about addiction, even though he is addicted?
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes about addiction and toxic fandom and writing. I mean, the book is about writing and art and
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
can be trapped in that too.
Right. I loved that stuff. I was so into. Actually, okay, do you want to explain the rules
Oh yeah,
real
duh.
quick? Because we didn't do that.
Right. So here we are in the not the core, the trial, where we pick a movie we love, we talk through it. Now this is a Steven's choice. I love this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Mm-hmm.
presented it to Anthony. We've talked about it off and on a lot through the years.
Yeah.
Um, that you would like it, I think. So I don't know if you like it or love it. We're gonna find out, or hate it. Maybe you hate it. So we act as its defense counsel and present evidence, um, to a piece usually, but maybe some more. I don't have my sound ready. Do you?
Oh, yep, I'll get there, dude.
Classic Gomers. We don't have the sound ready. And then the other
Dang it.
thing is, it's always so hard for me to find.
I know, it's because, like, we should just think and call it chunk sound.
I know chunk sound, 000 chunk sound. Then it would be first on the list. You'll hear that sound. That's when we're presenting evidence in an attempt to prove to you, listener, and to one another that the movie is not only good but is perfect. And then when we're done, listeners get to act as judge, jury, and possibly executioner. If you have a block and a um, sledgehammer, you could do that if you want to this
Oh,
movie.
oh
Um,
gosh.
because I get a full vote, Anthony gets a full vote, and our listeners get a full vote. If 75% of you say yes, then that's a yay. Three yeses equals it's perfect, and it goes up to Zod, RIP, for him to watch and be converted into a nice gentleman. Maybe some year we have Nurse Annie Wilkes as our evil
Yeah.
person that we're trying to
Oh yeah.
watch these movies, Annie. I don't know if that would help. What does she
I don't
watch?
know.
Match game, stuff like that. That doesn't
Yeah,
seem to
she
help.
like Love Connection.
That's what it is. I love it when we get to see some love connection.
I know. Classic 90s hair, dude. That was
Oh
great.
my gosh, I love that.
So good.
Um, so yeah, I think, yeah, there's the rules. There's a lot that I want to talk about in this because it's been such a part of my life. But I am wondering, kind
Hmm.
of in general, what did you think?
Um, so I mean, I just love well-crafted, amazingly done stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I had a absolute blast
Okay.
watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, it was very like I see more thriller actually
Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, uh I was on the edge of my seat because
Yeah.
I was like, this is gonna go bad, which you could even see in the trailer. It's like, okay, so she goes crazy. He
Uh-huh.
can't move. I mean, so there are like nightmare. Here, let's just, dude, the last episode we did, we
Uh-huh.
chunked in like 30 minutes into the trial, and I just did not think that worked. So I'm just gonna chunk in to just break the ice, okay?
I noticed that too. I love it. Let's chunk early and often. That's my motto. It should
Yeah, yeah,
be.
yeah, for sure. All right, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
chunk in here, dude.
Okay, great.
All right, you didn't hear it for some reason, but I just chunked in, so I'll add that in post.
Great.
Um, dude, so I want to start right from the beginning with just the way the movie sounds, dude.
Okay.
Like things like um when she's shaving him is
Ugh.
super early on. Uh
Right
like
there, I feel so tense, and I think you're supposed to, right?
yep,
She has a knife
right.
to his throat.
Totally genius. I don't know
I
if that's in the
know.
book or if that's just like a Goldman Reiner,
Well, certainly the visual
idea.
of that, right? I mean, she shaves him and
Hmm.
takes care of him in the book, but to see that, and then
Hmm.
I know what you mean, like that.
Yeah, it's like
Uh-huh.
You know
Yep.
that I mean the there was might have been the tomato soup or something where it's
Mm.
like kind of scratch with the spoon. They're
Mm-hmm.
just all these like creepy sounds
Yes.
that really build super duper good tension.
Yep.
Um, and I had Sonos cranked. I was by myself here, right? And so like I had Sonos cranked in our
Uh-huh.
bed. I had we've got the lift bed,
Oh,
so
I
I'm like,
forgot. You like have a hospital bed.
yeah, dude. So I was like in the bed. I got Einstein's for breakfast. So I had a
Wow.
jalapeno. I was like, this is movie morning, dude.
Uh,
So
yes, that sounds
I had
amazing.
coffee
Uh-huh.
and Einstein Brothers jalapeno cheddar bagel with jalapeno cream cheese on it,
Mm, mm. Wow.
and laying in bed
Mm.
like I'm yeah. So all the way that sounds, I think actually Mark Shaman's score was really good.
Yeah, it's pretty
Not like
spare.
incredible. Yeah, pretty yeah, definitely. Like not a lot of cues, but works totally fine.
Yep, I
Um
agree. But I think what you're talking about is the sound design of this movie,
yeah,
which is every sound, it
yeah,
feels like it's on purpose.
right. Yep, totally. And I feel like that is a big part of telling a thrilling or a horror story is just silence and then little sounds. Again,
Yeah.
the best, and that's when I wrote it down in my notes right away,
Mm.
was that blade of shaving was just like
Mm-hmm.
so so not just the visual though. It's like
Nope.
she could kill him right there, right?
Yes, I know.
And you know that's gonna happen. Now he doesn't know she's crazy at this point.
But you already feel it, right? Now, especially if you've seen the
Oh yeah,
trailer or read the book. It's not a
right.
surprise to anyone, I think, coming into this movie that something is off with Nurse Annie Wilkes, right? And so
Yeah.
I think no matter if you even if you're coming in without knowing anything about this movie, you don't know it's a Stephen King movie, you don't know it's a horror,
Right.
that visual and that sound is still freaky.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, because you wouldn't put that in a not scary movie.
I wouldn't want anybody shaving my neck with that long. I wouldn't even want Jessica to. I'd be like, ugh, get
No
away
way.
from me.
I wouldn't want to. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like, I remember when David Letterman, after the strike beard,
Mm-hmm.
brought in a straight shaver
Yeah.
guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember being like so nervous
Yeah.
about that. Like, because I
Yep.
remember, do you remember that?
Um, I don't, but I think on it might be Casino. There's a
Mm,
scene in The Barber where it ends badly, where some mobster is
mm,
getting straight razored,
yep.
shaved, and then he gets his throat slit. So,
I could have
um,
sworn that happened in, uh, not Scarface. The other one, dang it, no, I'm not thinking of it.
Goodfellas?
Shoot, Goodfellas. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I might be
No, but
thinking of
that's not right.
Goodfellas then. I
Can't
sometimes
remember
I
if
get
that was it.
Casino and Goodfellas confused for good reason, I
Sure.
would say. But yeah,
Yeah.
I always am squeamish about that. I don't like the so that's the thing. You're putting that the thing about a thriller or a horror movie, you're putting things in that make you uncomfortable as evidences, right?
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
the movie is doing what it's supposed to be doing, even though it's unsettling.
Hmm.
So it's not that I like that. Well, maybe I do. Maybe I like that scene because it's doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, it does perfectly. I mean, just along the lines of like the she keeps, what does she call his little red pills?
Oh, I can't remember.
Like she's like, here's your whatever.
She doesn't call them happy pills, but it's something like that, right? Like you're,
Something that starts with an N, like not narcotic. Like
oh,
here's your neo thingies.
I wonder if it's the name of the medicine that she's saying. Could that be?
Yeah, I think it is,
Okay.
but it wasn't familiar to me. It had a unique name.
I wonder if it's
Um,
even made up for that reason, right?
I'm sure it's made up so that people don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then he finds that huge supply of them, but he's like stowing them away.
So this is why
Um,
I thought you would like the movie,
hmm
because you like this kind of thing. You like when somebody's trapped on a island or on Mars,
Right,
right?
right.
And they have to look around and say,
Yep,
what do I have at my disposal?
yep.
And how can I get myself out of here?
Mm,
And so that's why I pitched it to you as it's Castaway in a bed. It's
right.
The Martian in a bed, right? Like there's and Stephen King loves this kind of thing too. There's this book he wrote called The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, which is just Girl Lost in the Woods, um,
Okay.
which is the first King book both of my boys read because it's almost YA, it's almost young adult. Um,
Mm,
and so he's really good at this kind of thing. That Gerald's Game is about a couple who are like she gets handcuffed to the bed, for like
hmm
sexy times, and then he
hmm
dies, and she has to figure out how to get out.
Oh, dang.
So
So it's like slightly like Misery. There's a bed, but just no.
there's a he likes this kind of thing. Misery is obviously the best version of it, and I was like, Anthony's gonna really like it when he goes and finds those extra pills.
Oh yeah, and there's that great like suspense because she's gone, but she might come back at any time.
Ugh,
Um, Here, let me throw in one more chunk because I know you're gonna have lots of chunks, dude.
wow.
Um, oh, oops, oh, um, so dude, he paints a perfect picture of somebody that cannot help themselves at all. Like they are
Hmm.
completely dependent, and maybe
Yes.
that's the cocaine thing,
Mm.
maybe that's the addiction thing, but I mean, he can't move, can't move. Like he can't he can't walk. He can
Hmm.
barely do that. What's the army crawl?
Yeah,
He
because
can't.
he's got both of his legs are shattered
Uh-huh.
when she pulls that blanket off,
Mm-hmm.
and you see
Right.
his like swollen purple legs
Oh
like kind
man,
of
yeah.
taped together with
Right.
sticks.
I know.
And his right arm, which we have to assume is his dominant arm, I think, is
Mm-hmm.
for a big part of the movie has the shoulder's been dislocated, and so he can't use his arm. So he can't
Right.
even crawl.
Yep. He has one arm.
Mm-hmm.
His other arm he can't move barely. No
Yep.
legs. And
Yep.
then the ultimate for that was when he was in the basement and
Mm-hmm.
couldn't yell. And I think everybody has had that nightmare at some time
Oh,
where you're in
100%.
peril and you can't make sound,
Yes.
right?
Yep. Yep. There's this the one of the beautiful things the movie does is it actually continues to make him more and more helpless every time he
Right.
thinks he's getting somewhere. Um,
Yep.
so the and that's hard to do. That's hard to sustain through a movie, right? Because he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna heal, and
Right.
you as the viewer want that for him, right? You're like, oh, I don't like to see this guy helpless. You don't like to think about that for yourself. And so then when you see, oh, his legs are getting a little better, he's able to move them around a little bit. His arm, he can type with both hands, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, this could work. He could get out.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then there's the hobbling, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to chunk in on, but I do think is a very important part of this movie.
Yeah, she tells an amazing story
Mm-hmm.
about the diamond mines
Yes.
and how did they get the miners not to just steal a bunch of diamonds and leave?
Yep. They needed to
Is
keep their
that true?
workhorses or whatever, but they couldn't,
Uh-huh.
but they wanted to teach them a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think what happens in that scene is she fully reveals what her intentions are for him. I'm
Uh-huh.
keeping you alive to do something for me. And when I
Right.
have no reason for to have you anymore, you're gone, right?
Right. Yeah, she like he finally realizes there's the only way out of here is I'm dead.
Yep.
Like there's no way out.
Nope. So that's why I think that's a very important scene. And then the other one is you have to have a scene like that in a survival movie where you're knocked back down. So
Yeah. Yep.
that's the potatoes in The Martian. When all of
Uh-huh.
his
Yep.
potatoes blow up or whatever,
Yep.
you
Yep.
you're not you in us if you're going to sustain a survival story for a whole novel or a whole 2 hours,
Yep.
you have to knock the person back down. It can't just be a linear getting better and getting better. It's actually not a very
Mm-hmm.
interesting story. You
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you have to feel what this character's feeling where, oh, okay, I figured this out. I mean, Paul has the knife ready, right? To
Yeah.
stab her.
Yep.
You think
Right.
this is it.
Right.
You think Matt Damon has grown his potatoes and they're going to last for 8 years or whatever.
We're good. Yeah. 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 Right.
And so they have to go, right? Those things
Mm-hmm.
have to go. King
But it's
himself
so
writes about
good.
this a lot, where he's like, he was in the middle of the stand, writing the stand, and he's like, it's going too well. And then he just got like a writer's block.
Mm.
Couldn't write for 2 months, I think, on this one of the most important books he's ever read. He just got stopped. And then he was just like, I have to kill half the characters. He
Whoa.
plants a bomb in a closet and kills half the characters that you love in this
Whoa.
book. And then he was like,
Dang.
and the rest of the book I wrote in a month. It wrote itself. You have to knock them back down or there's nowhere for them to go.
Interesting.
And so I think when you watch survival stories like this, especially, there's always that hobbling moment
Yep.
where you're like, we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. And then you're knocked back down so that you can get up to the climax again at the end.
Mm. So he did that really well with the hobbling
Mm-hmm.
or chopping,
Yep.
as well as then with the like. I mean, it was so interesting because the way that he writes this, that he's going to like we already know how the book ends.
Mm-hmm.
That he's the new book ends that he kills the misery character.
Right.
He's like, I
Yep.
can't do this anymore. Everybody just sees me as the misery writer.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have a better book in me. I
Yeah.
don't want to do this commercial stuff anymore.
Uh-huh.
And so, but you don't realize that she doesn't know that yet. And Misery's her favorite character. She names
Yes.
her pig after it. So then
Mm-hmm.
she spent like, there's like 10 minutes, right, where she comes back and she's like, oh, I'm on page 100. This is amazing. I love this book. It's so good. It's like, it's beautiful. It's like, there's two things in this world, the Sistine Chapel and this book, right?
That
Too
is good.
miraculous. That is so funny.
Yep.
Um, but then she sees that he killed her,
Yes.
and that's what throws her over the edge, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now, it's interesting. He finds out that she's psychotic already, right? With one of my
Yeah.
favorite horror movie tropes, which is a scrapbook.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I love that. Like, if I was a psychotic murderer, I mean, I guess I couldn't say one way or the other. I
Right.
wouldn't keep all the clippings about it in a scrapbook in my living room.
For anybody to see.
Yep.
Uh,
Um, so he finds out later that but I don't know. I've always wondered this about the book and about the movie. Would she have let him go if he hadn't killed her favorite character off in his novel? Was she actually nursing him to health
mm-hmm.
and was gonna let him go? Or was all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff about like, I called your agent or and she didn't, and I'll drive you in when I can, but you can't go yet. Those lies are, I think, before she finds out that Misery is dead in the book.
Mm, yeah. I
I
can't
don't
remember.
know. But there
Yeah.
is a definite turn toward
Yeah.
the dangerous when he uh she finds out that the final book he read, Misery dies. And by the way, what
Uh-huh.
an incredible twist on the actual title of the book,
Uh-huh.
that the book this book that this movie that we are watching, or the book you're reading, is the title of his first book that went big. Paul Sheldon's, not
Uh-huh.
Stephen King's.
Yeah.
And the title of this book is rich in that it is the name of that character, but it's also what this book is about. Misery.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, that's I mean that's amazing. So,
Mm-hmm.
so she did have her anger outburst
Mm. Okay.
um before like the tomato soup spilling.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
freaky.
before. Wait, what made her mad? Oh, wait. Oh yeah, because she was reading his
Oh,
um
that's right.
his
She read his other
manuscript.
book.
Yeah,
Yes.
reading that manuscript, and the characters have too much profanity. It's like, oh, is that how we all talk? Is that how we all talk? Like, right? Like,
Yeah.
she freaks out.
She spills just that little detail of spilling the tomato soup.
Yeah.
She spills all sorts of stuff on him, right? The tomato soup, then his own pee,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and then the what do you call that stuff that makes
Oh,
fires burn fast?
lighter
Lighter fluid.
fluid.
Yep.
Yep. Man, Mr. Man.
Mr. Man. And I like when she goes, "Oh, poo. Can I chunk in
Oh,
real
poo.
quick?"
Yeah.
Because, oh man, come on, Face ID, you can do it. I think it's the scariest kind of bad guy to me is the
Mm,
saccharine, sweet,
yeah. 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 Yeah.
sugary bad guy.
Definitely. Yep.
So I've mentioned this a lot on the podcast, but my favorite Harry Potter villain is Professor Umbridge
Mm-hmm.
because
Yep.
she dresses in pink and drinks tea and
Mm-hmm.
has cats pictures on her walls and is prim and
Yep.
proper and has morals,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes her absolutely terrifying
Yeah.
because
Yep.
she actually has morals that she sticks to strongly, and they are insane
Right. Right.
when
Yeah.
you get down to what they really are. And it's the same with Annie, right? She doesn't like swearing.
Right. We all talk
She's
like that.
Yeah, she does. She says, "Oh, poo," and uh, Mr. Man, and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Um, so she has like these proper morals, but all of that is really hiding really well, I think, until it bursts out
Mm-hmm.
these psychotic tendencies, murderous
Mm-hmm.
tendencies. And I
Right.
just think that is scarier to me, maybe not, than Freddy, but it is a little bit. Like it's more
Yeah.
unsettling than that.
Right. She's definitely scary. Wait, is
Yes.
it possible that she caused that accident?
No,
Was she
that's a good
following him?
question. She even said she was following him
Yeah. So what was her plan? Why was she there?
because she's just like a crazy fan. She just got
Okay.
lucky.
Okay. I see. Yep.
She has this monologue, right, where she goes up to the hotel and she knows what window he's in and she watches him and he's listening to this like and then and I was following you. So I think that's an important
I see.
scene because she doesn't happen upon him.
Mm-hmm.
She has been following him. I don't know that. I think he just slipped on the ice and had the accident and she was like, "My lucky day."
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it's also her strength is established right away because she carries him up that slope.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep. Right.
and she's able to, speaking of sound design, I love that crowbar just
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the prying open of that Mustang's door. Jessica loves that Mustang.
That
Um,
Mustang rules.
and yeah, so I've never thought maybe of that before that she caused the accident, but she certainly is at the ready for if he does have an
Yeah.
accident.
Right. Also, it looked like it happened at night, but it was the daytime when he left. Or
Yeah,
maybe she came in at night.
yeah, that might
Didn't it
be.
look like nighttime when she gets him?
Hmm.
Maybe
I
she
think
saw it
maybe it's a
happen in.
snowstorm is making
Oh
it dark
yeah.
or something.
Uh-huh. And she had to go to get the crowbar and stuff, maybe.
Yep. Yep.
From her Jeep Cherokee, which I also thought you'd loved.
I
The
loved the
Woody.
Jeep Cherokee. Yes. Um, yeah. I love Annie Wilkes's car. What can I say?
I mean, also I mean, Farnsworth's car is amazing.
Yes, definitely.
They're great cars in this movie.
Yes, it really is. It really is set in 1990, isn't it? Like
You're right,
these cars are what local cops and local Coloradans would be driving,
right.
which makes the Mustang, the 60s Mustang, kind of ridiculous. Like,
Yeah,
why are you driving that through the the mountains of Colorado where the Shining Hotel is probably right over there? Get out of there. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
drive
Yeah.
as fast as you can out of there in the pouring snow. I don't know.
Hmm.
I think there's maybe something about that. Like, come on, man. You were asking for it.
Right. Yeah, he wasn't just driving very carefully at all either. Just
Right.
like, wee.
Yeah, I know. So Annie Wilkes is like my favorite kind of bad guy. It
Mm,
unnerves me more than any others because they're in them, in her, in Umbridge, there is some ethic. I won't break these certain rules, but at the same time, I will drug you up, break your ankles, and kill policemen and you. Like, that's not a
right.
part of her moral code.
Right.
And
But I wouldn't do
babies.
that. I
It
wouldn't
turns out that she was
swear.
some kind of crazy nurse baby killer, right?
Yeah, right.
So that just like is this really smart indicator of something happening, something broken in her brain that is
Mm,
terrifying if you're trapped in her house.
yeah. So scary, dude.
Yeah. So she's very similar in the book, I would say, as in the movie. She's a little bit more violent, I would say, in the book. She cuts off his
Okay.
foot and his thumb
Ugh,
in the book. Um,
ugh.
and she is she has more you know this that one scene in the movie where she has kind of like her depression spell.
Yep.
She's like, I just
With
don't
the
there
rain.
nothing brings it on. Oh, the rain does.
Mm-hmm.
And those scenes in the book are more often and scarier, I would say.
Okay.
And then another big part of it is the addiction thing, where Paul in the book, him not taking the pills in the book is a much bigger deal than it is in the movie because
All
of his
right.
addiction.
Yeah. Right. I don't think the addiction actually comes across at all
No,
in the book or
it
in the
doesn't.
movie. Like he's like he just takes them as I guess, she's a nurse
Yep.
and I just need to take these. And at some point he's kind of like skeptical, so he
Hmm.
just starts saving them. Yeah,
So
it's not in the
that
movie at
must have been
all.
a choice of William Goldman to say
Hmm.
we want this movie to stay tight and move, and so we don't want to deal with the addiction stuff.
Yep. Yeah, there's that piece is not in it at all.
I think the movie is more about toxic fandom, and the
Hmm.
book is probably more about addiction. And both of them do a pretty good job, I think, of, if you think a layer deeper, how the creative process can also be um, damaging if you are doing it
Sure.
for anyone but yourself.
Yeah, dang. What did you think of as a writer when she lit that first draft on fire, dude?
I mean, the reason it has to be set in 1990 is because he can't have it anywhere on his computer. You know what I mean?
Right,
He can't
right.
have sent it out to his agent Lauren Bacall on an email. He has
Uh-huh.
one copy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what's nuts, dude.
Just
That's
imagine if you had written like a symphony or something
right.
with your with a pencil, and
Yep.
somebody, I mean, I'm mad when I lose 20 minutes of work because my
When
computer
yeah.
crashes.
Well, I mean, like when our first draft of the very first race and review,
Yes.
when it deleted, like we have three times, I think, three or four times where Gomer stuff
Mm-hmm.
has been deleted
It's
in our.
devastating.
It's totally devastating. Um, so I feel like that. So the nightmare scenario of you can't move, the
Mm-hmm.
nightmare scenario of you can't speak,
Yep.
and then the creative nightmare
Mm-hmm.
of pouring 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months into something
Yep.
and it's lost forever.
Or it's somebody says, this sucks, and you need to go
Mm,
back to doing what is is going to make money,
right.
even though you hate it. Now, I'm not a
Uh huh.
professional writer, but I can imagine that happening to somebody like Stephen King, where he's
Sure.
like, I don't want to write about evil clowns anymore. I want to write
Right.
about four friends who have to run across a railroad track,
Uh huh.
right?
Yep. Right.
And they're
Yep.
like, yeah, but we like it when if there's kids, if they get pig's blood poured on their heads, like we like that. And so
Right.
I don't know. He doesn't write about this much in his autobiography. I don't know if he ever came across that a lot, but I know authors do, and Stephen King must know authors do, and it just feels like that. Like, wait a minute, I poured something into something new. You're burning it up
Mm-hmm.
and telling me, don't like that. I want you to do what I like. And so
Yeah. Yeah.
sit at this typewriter, don't move, and just type it out.
Yep. Uh,
Terrible.
it's like right. I can't picture what movie or show it is, but where the kind of like um exec
Hmm.
team is like, yeah, we really 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 like that. Can you do more of that stuff?
Hmm. Yeah.
Like, yeah, we like that scary stuff you do. Don't do the like cerebral stuff, or don't do the
Hmm.
like
Yep.
introspective emotional stuff. Like, yeah, it's not really going to sell because they're not in it for the art. They're
Right.
not in it for you. They're in it for
Hmm.
what you can do for them,
And
right?
what better analogy can there be than Annie Wilkes? She doesn't
Yeah,
care about Paul Sheldon. I think she
right.
does to a certain extent.
Well,
She wants what
yeah,
she wants.
right. And then at a certain point, right, at least in the movie, she realizes like I loved the author. She's like,
Right,
now I
that's
love
right.
you.
Yes, and
It
that is
the
also
trans
extremely weird.
Yeah. Well, and then, dude, this line, she says, "You'll never know the fear of losing someone like you if you're someone like me."
Mm. Best line of the
What a
movie.
what a line, dude.
Yes, the best line of the
Dang.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Um,
she
yeah.
because in that moment she's recognizing something about herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Right.
I actually have a moment of compassion for her in that moment when the rest of the movie they do a pretty good job I think of helping me the viewer know that she's the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
But there is a really, I think it's a nice little gift to the viewer there where we are able to have some compassion for her in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Mm. Actually, Erin talks about that a lot in books that she reads or movies that
Mm-hmm.
she watches. She's like, I don't like anybody in this book, or I don't
Mm.
like anybody in
Mm-hmm.
this movie.
Yeah.
And they definitely do throw that in there where you're like, man, she's just like totally lonely and sad.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And like she really loves this dude way past the point of obsession. And
Yeah.
that's where it gets like really messed up. But
And
like,
I also wonder in that
kind of
moment if
does
she's
make you feel
also
for her.
realizing that there's something wrong with her, right? Like
Mm, hmm.
somebody like me, you could read that
Right.
in a lot of ways. I do wonder
Sure.
if she is some sort of cry for help or confession of I need some uh, something's wrong with my brain, right? Like
Right. Right. Yeah.
maybe I'm reading too far into that line. That's probably good, but that's probably good writing that the viewer can read in the way that they want to, and it's a deep thing.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, uh, yeah. I have a few things
Can I chunk in
like
one
kind
more
of like,
time? I have one
oh
major
yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah. Go for
Okay,
it.
great. And um it's the it's the biggest change I think that they make from the book to the movie, which is the book is exclusively in Paul's head from Paul's
Ah,
perspective. So
okay.
it's not first person, so it's not I, but it's I can't remember omniscient, personal omniscient. I can't remember what it is, but it's in Paul's head. You hear his thoughts. You hear him kind of growing. But this is why it's probably good that Stephen King wrote it when he was addicted. You hear how he feels when he's becoming addicted, and
Hmm.
you're kind of with him the whole time. I really like in the movie the moments of respite we get from him, and we spend some time with Buster
Yeah.
and his wife and him figuring out what's happening. It is like that in The Martian, right? Like you get Earth trying to figure out how to save
Yep.
Matt
Some
Damon.
scenes from Earth. Yep, totally.
Mm-hmm.
There's scenes from New York City in this, right?
Right.
Um,
Which, how refreshing is
there's
that when you get to see New York
oh,
City?
I know you're in this like kind of like nasty house, like you said in the cold open, a house that you just want to get out of, right? Like
Yeah.
that house is not a place you want to be.
Uh-uh.
Um,
Everything's kind of off about it, right?
yeah,
Then there's that
the
like
set design is so good in that where
there's
it
that like that
perfectly,
shrine
yeah.
to him,
Hmm. Oh
you
yeah.
know?
You know
That's
what?
creepy.
Okay, I had, you know what, where my brain went right
Mm.
then?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know why,
Mm.
but I was thinking about maybe I can't remember what I was listening to. They're talking about Barbie because they were
Okay.
talking about the potential new Barbie 2 with
Mm-hmm.
Matthew McConaughey was like
Yeah.
a potential as Ken. Um,
That'd be great.
and I was picturing a really creep right then. I was picturing a really creepy dude with
Mm.
like a Margot Robbie um room
Shrine or whatever. Yeah.
shrine. And I
Yep.
was like, that's scary. Like
I
the
think
nightmare of the number one fan.
yes.
Um, I think like I think that's I don't know. It was interesting to see it converse like a woman to a man.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that's happened a lot. Or actually, I remember, dude, who did we play with? Charlotte Church. Is that
Okay.
a young singer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was another one that we sang with, played with,
Okay.
and it was a bunch of middle-aged dudes all in the front row,
Huh.
and there was security, and it was like all these number one fan dudes,
Wow.
and I was like,
Yuck.
this is, yeah, I was like, this is weird,
Huh.
and to imagine what it would be like to be a person that had
Uh-huh.
um that fandom,
Yep.
like that'd be really scary.
I know that, and it's one of these like I can't think of the term monkey's paw or something like where you make a wish. Like I wish I had fans like that, but actually
Oh
there's
yeah,
so much darkness attached
yeah,
to having a
mm-hmm,
fandom like that.
mm-hmm, right,
Yuck.
yep,
So I like the fact that we get to leave her house
yep,
and we get to go to New York City, or we get to go
yep.
to in town with a
Yeah, the
really,
general store.
yes, that general store. Farnsworth and his wife,
Yeah,
like the banter between them is great. The bookstore owner is good. Um,
yeah.
and uh, so I like that move. The thing that I'm glad that they didn't do is we don't spend almost any time with Annie alone.
Mm,
And I don't know why I really like that choice, but it makes her scarier to me. That we only
sure.
see her when other people are seeing her.
I guess the only time, yeah, was when she was eating Cheetos and Coke
Yes,
and watching Love Connection.
that's the one
There's
time.
that one scene.
But we don't see her like in the kitchen, like, or like flipping through her scrapbook or or
Right.
anything like that. Like we hardly have we only know of her what other people are seeing. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's a really cool choice.
Yeah.
The only time we don't see her with Paul is when she's like in town or when she is with um, Farnsworth right before she shoots him in the back,
Yep.
which she plays
Dang.
that so. I mean, that's why she deserves the Oscar. When she's with him, she seems normal.
I know. Yep. That so like that's why she deserves the Oscar because
Mm-hmm.
she's incredibly funny. She's
Mm-hmm.
so like she does the oinking with the pig, right?
Yes.
Like
Yep.
like does that. She's like so caring and sweet,
Uh-huh.
totally normal, and then total rage.
Yep.
Uh, I mean, yeah, she is she plays the full gamut. It might be one of the most complex characters I've seen in a while.
Yeah. Yep. And it really is. It's the writing, and it's also Kathy Bates. Like
Yep, yeah.
there's this really special combination that's happening there where
Hmm.
it's like this is she is so good, and
Yep.
she's working with the material. She obviously read the book, so she knows
Hmm.
what's happening internally with this woman. Um, and she also is such a gaslighter. She's like constantly, I'm doing this for your own good.
I know.
Or like
What?
he's like
Yeah.
asking a question. She's like, "Ooh, why would you ask that? Ugh, you're such a terrible person." It's like, "Whoa, okay,
I know. He's like, look at this paper. It smudges. And she's like, okay, I can't get the right kind of paper.
all right, Mister Man. Anything else you
Mr.
want?"
Man,
That's why. That's why when he
anything
flips her
else I
the
could get for
bird,
you?
when he flips her the bird, it is such a like release.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
He's not hiding
Because
it. She
yeah,
looks in the window and he just like boom.
I know. I know. Somehow he plays this so measured, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like a totally different actor would have played this, um, like so like nervous or
Mm-hmm.
anxious. He's like
Yep.
pretty cool, which I'm wondering if it would have been interesting for somebody more manic to play this.
But you
Uh,
get like Jim Carrey in the bed or something.
right.
Robin
Something
Williams.
he kind of plays the straight man. Yeah, Robin Williams. Actually, I heard somebody say that.
Really?
Um,
That would have been
I
interesting.
did.
Huh.
Um, but uh, yeah,
Well, it's this
I know.
Warren Beatty stuff that you were saying, right? Like he didn't want to take it because he felt like it was emasculating or whatever. And
Right.
probably like it's just not flashy enough. Um, you've got Tom Hanks in Castaway. That's a pretty flashy role. He loses all the weight. He gets to have long hair. He gets to spear fish and
Right. Do all this
light
adventure
fires.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, 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 for sure. I
Um,
have made fire.
yeah, James Caan, it's all in his head
Mm-hmm.
because he's helpless, like you said. The only thing he has is I have to think my way out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I need to, if I see a bobby pin on the floor, I need to grab that bobby pin and do something with it. There's this medicine, and can I use it against her? It's
Right.
awesome.
Yep. Now, what about the poetic nature that the thing she wanted him to do was to write for him, and then he kills her with the typewriter?
I love it. It's
Like, I mean,
yeah,
that's freaking
right.
genius.
I know. And it's one of these things that Stephen King isn't afraid to do. So like in On Writing, he talks about how he named the the prisoner in Green Mile John Coffey, and that's
Mm,
and he's a Jesus Christ figure, right? And people were like,
mm-hmm.
a little obvious. And Stephen King's like, "Well, it's not rocket science I'm doing here.
Right.
like
Yep.
I like I will do those things if I want to do them." And so the killing his captor with the tool that she has given him to do what
Uh-huh.
she wants him to do
Yep.
is is like there's that obvious irony in it, but I love it.
Oh, I thought it was brilliant, dude.
Yep.
Um, Also, I mean, he literally like chokes her mouth
With the
with
manuscript.
with the manuscript, right? Like stuff that he was throwing away. He's like, "You want to know?" Like, I actually this cracked me up, dude. Like on rewatchables, they talk about like unanswerable questions
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
one of their like categories, and
Yeah.
so he as the writer had an unanswerable question for her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as a fan, you're like, "Wait, tell me." Like, I
Mm-hmm.
want to know. And he's like, well, here it is. Oh, and he just jams it in her mouth.
Here's
Choke
the end
on
of the
it.
book.
Yeah,
You want
choke
to
on the
find
end of
out
this
what
real quick.
happens to her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there was
That.
like a total like rubber head scene when
Oh
she
yeah.
hits that fall like
Yep. When she hits the
falls into,
typewriter.
yeah, it's like totally fake.
Yeah. There are some I would say so can I just name some really visceral scenes for me? The scene that even more than the hobbling scene, the scene that I cringe at is when he has this plan with the medicine. He pours
Mm-hmm.
it into her wine,
Yep.
and then she is just clumsy and
Mm-hmm.
spills it. This
Yep.
this movie is about wasted work to me,
Mm.
right? Like he writes a
Yeah.
book, she burns it up. He has
Yep.
this amazing plan that will work if he can
Yep.
pull it off.
He
And
saves all that. Yeah.
she just knocks it over by
He makes that
accident.
little envelope
I
out of
know.
paper, the paper that she gave him, and he
Yes.
saves all the stuff totally.
Yep. Um, there's that. And then I do think the final fight, I mean, when Farnsworth gets shot through the back, I'm so sad because I love him.
I know. Yep.
That's sad. Um, but I think the final fight's pretty good. I think
Yep.
the plan is I need to get her on the ground because she's too tall to hit on the head.
Right. Yep.
And so um, he has the lighter fluid, uh, and he pours it on the manuscript, lights it. She
Yep.
freaks out because she is so emotional. She wants to hear. He sets her up for this because he's like, "You'll just have to find out when you read
Yep.
it."
I know that was the way. That was genius because she was
Yep.
like, "I'm gonna kill us both now,"
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "No, no, no. You want to wait." That
Mm-hmm.
was incredible, dude. No, no,
Yes.
no. I
Super
have
smart.
one chapter left.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. And she's like, "Oh, okay." Like her motivation, boom,
Mm-hmm.
done. Like turned on a dime. That was genius writing.
Yep.
Perfectly acted by both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So he gets her on the ground. He lifts up this thing, the
Yep.
typewriter she gave him. I love it earlier in the movie where you see him working
Yeah.
out with it.
Yep. Great.
That's pretty good. Um,
Yep.
and then stuffs. She shoots him in the
Right.
shoulder.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Um, he tackles her and then stuffs the burning manuscript down her throat.
Yeah. Oh my god.
then she then there's that classic horror trope where she reawakens and comes after him again.
Right, because you
Um,
thought, yeah, yeah, that's Die Hard.
mm-hmm.
Like the dude's actually still alive,
Yep.
and then our favorite dude gets her
Yep. Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
gun.
Professor Snape. Is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
no, 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 no. It wasn't. Wait, was it
Oh, you mean
Snape?
Carl
Wasn't it the
Winslow?
long blonde hair? Yeah, Winslow gets the
Yep.
blonde dude,
I can't
blonde
remember
haired.
what
No,
his name
Snape's
is.
dead.
Yeah, Snape's dead by then. um,
Yeah.
yeah, so and then he has to knock her over the head with that pig doorstop that she has, which I kind of like that too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I really like I think the all the way to the end, I can't think of a scene where I'm like, that doesn't work for me and it doesn't move the story pretty quickly toward that
Mm-hmm.
climax.
Yeah.
Um,
Totally tight.
what do you think about the coda where he's with his agent back in New York?
Oh yeah. Actually, I mean, you could have ended it without it.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually liked it because you see
Mm-hmm.
he's okay, but
Yeah.
you see that he's tormented.
Yep.
That was because she was like, write. Why don't you write a book now about your story?
Right. Which is which would
Um,
be this book, I guess. Right. Why don't that
right.
I like that.
Yep.
Like, why don't you write Misery? Why don't you write Stephen King's Misery?
Yeah, yeah. Why don't you
I
write a
like
book
that.
called Misery about your misery?
Yep.
Um, right. So I liked it.
Hmm. I like he sees her, right? Like he sees her with the dessert cart
Mm-hmm.
in his mind. He doesn't, but what I like is he's not like screaming and yelling. He just sees her
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, yeah, sometimes it comes back.
Mm.
And then it just fades out.
Yep.
Good
It
ending.
was interesting. Yeah, that was incredible. It was
Hmm.
interesting also how he um, actually credits her
Yes,
with
that is
writing that
interesting.
book.
Hmm.
That was really interesting.
Yeah, especially because one way to go would be that the book they're talking about is Misery's Return, right? The book that he wrote for Annie, but it's not. It's the
Hmm.
book that he
Right.
wrote previous to that. He is still not going to go back to Misery.
Mm-mm.
Um,
How does he write that whole book in that state that he's in?
um,
Right, like while she's
yeah,
torturing him, and
yeah, it's crazy. He just has to. It might be Stephen King also saying like sometimes you're miserable and you have to write and you have to work.
you just you just got to work. You got a deadline,
Yep.
um, a literal deadline.
Now
Um,
the great irony is that Stephen King does get hit by a car 10 years later,
uh-huh.
shatters his legs. He is in a
Whoa.
wheelchair
Huh.
when he is writing a couple of my favorite books and
Interesting.
trying not to get re-addicted to, because at that point he was sober, I think, trying not to get re-addicted to painkillers.
Wow.
So he 10 years later kind of lives this.
That's
It's
wild.
crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Didn't you say there's pre and post accident Stephen King?
Yep.
Like he actually is kind of different?
Yeah. I think he is much more reflective post accident. And lots of people like him, like his pre accident work better. And I know why.
Okay.
It's a lot scarier and weirder, I would say. He just thinks now he's an old man. He really is. He's in his 70s, maybe he's close to 80,
Mm-hmm.
and he's thinking about death. And he's thinking about
Mm.
his whole life. And a lot of that comes out in his writing. He
Wow.
wrote Misery as a very young, up and coming writer.
Okay, what about Dead Zone?
Dead Zone, same.
Okay, because
Um,
that's my only Stephen King book I've read so far.
and that is another really cool example of this isn't horror, but it has fantasy, supernatural elements.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, and it's just a really well crafted book. And it's a what if, he always starts with what if the Dead Zone,
Mm-hmm.
what if the guy that assassinated JFK was right?
Right. Yep.
What if he knew
That
that
which
if he
one's
didn't
that
do
again? Nine.
that, uh, then then the world would be terrible. And so he writes The Dead Zone about
Right.
a guy who sees the future that a politician is going to destroy the world, and so he has to assassinate him. Um,
Yeah.
and then he writes 11/22/63 about a time traveler going back to try to actually save JFK.
Right. Okay. That was on my short list that you gave me.
Yeah.
Dude, can I mention my absolute like one of my favorite things real quick?
Yes.
Dude, the first minute of this movie is so great. I
What
mean,
is it? Is it just Colorado scenery, or
No,
is
it's
it New York?
Colorado scenery,
Uh-huh.
and then okay, there's this zoom in like
Uh-huh.
this close up shot of a cigarette and a match. Don
Yes.
Perignon,
Mm-hmm. Don
um,
Perignon. I love it how she pronounces that.
I love that. On
What a touch.
ice.
I love that.
Yep, he's at the typewriter,
Mm-hmm.
and then he takes the manuscript out, writes the end,
Mm-hmm.
and then like it's just like remember how I told you at grad school there was this uh in the mailroom there was this thing that said to do and it was always empty by Friday. It was just
Yeah.
empty.
Okay, yeah.
Um so it was like that like it's like the perfect opening scene of like what it feels like to finish something
Yeah.
really hard. It's like dream fulfillment on the level of the first 20 minutes of The Firm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that first minute and a half scene of this movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this movie about? This is great. I love it. Some rockin'
Well,
music. He's in this Mustang. He has the perfect leather bag with that patina.
yes.
Like that leather,
I
you
knew
know,
you would
kind of
love
like
that bag. I forgot to mention it. I
manuscript.
was like, when I saw that bag again, I was like, "Oh, Anthony's gonna love this bag."
Oh man, that bag. He had some really cool brown boots that you only see for like a
Oh yeah.
second.
Oh, I haven't noticed his boots. I'll have to look back at that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like stylish New York guy in Colorado writing, finishing a project,
Mm,
having a wonderful champagne and his one cigarette.
mm-hmm.
That was, I don't know, that opening ruled, dude.
Yes. And what I love, so I love that you see the end at the beginning. That's always fun for
Yep,
me.
love that.
And
Mm-hmm.
then I love that one other thing he uses against Annie is how obsessed Annie is with him. And she knows that he does that, that he smokes a
Mm.
cigarette. He needs to get a
Yep.
match. And so
Mm-hmm.
he relies
Brilliant.
on her obsession with him to get the
Mm.
match in the room. I mean,
Yeah.
that is amazing.
That was so good. Like she knows his
Yep.
routine. Like, did he
Uh-huh.
write on writing also? Like, how did she know that stuff?
I-
Oh no,
j-
she saw his interviews.
she
Merv
saw his
Griffin.
interview. Yes. Um, and
But
there's
yeah.
something also cool about how he is not a smoker anymore, except for when he has one cigarette when he finishes a book. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's almost worth emulating
Yep.
IRL, dude. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
We're not
Um,
going to actually do that.
one final insight that I think is always
Yep.
fun when I talk about misery with people is that Stephen King says the original ending that he wrote
Mm.
was uh, she he finishes the book
Mm-hmm.
and then it kind of fades out, and the next scene you see is her reading the book. Get ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
Bound in his skin.
Oh, sick.
I know.
Oh, sick, dude.
So,
It's like Silence of the Lambs.
I know sometimes his books don't end well, but he decided to give us a good ending on this one.
Okay. Do you think he was like, okay, this is actually a masterpiece. Let's make it a little more palatable.
I think so. Yep. He's not afraid of a bad ending, but you're
Sure.
with this guy the whole time, and like you want him to get out. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you
he
want
realized that.
the
Yep.
hero's journey to
Yes.
finish strong. Wow.
All right. Well, listener, we want to know how you feel about Misery. I'm never quite sure about our audience and movies like this. So, do you think Misery is a perfect movie? The best way to do that is vote in our poll that Lindsay is going to post on Instagram in the next couple of days. Thanks to Adam, our webmaster, Jason for our graphics, Davis for our music, and Lindsay, our social media maestro. November movie,
Mm.
Fellowship of the Ring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, this is a apple we've wanted to take a bite out of for a long time.
Yep. Here it is. Tolkien, dude.
I
Finally
think I
coming.
think this past year, as Lily has been reading and rereading, I
Yep.
felt like it's time
Yeah,
to do a
dude.
Lord
I
of the
love
Rings
it.
movie.
Can't wait.
Okay. Great. Well, Misery, great app.
Super fun, man. That was, yeah, I'm still in shock of watching that this morning.
I was
So I
wondering
actually don't even,
how
yeah,
close it would be to the episode that you watch it.
right. I mean, yeah, I still don't quite know how I feel, so it'll be cool to take a couple weeks. I'll probably watch it again before
Yep.
we come back for the results.
Okay. Well, uh, happy watching Fellowship of the Ring.
Oh, all right, let's stop that. One, two, three, stop. Great, dude.
Awesome. Okay.
Bouncing.
Perfect. Yeah, bouncing.
Totally great.
Save that.
You want to
We,
stop recording the
oh yeah,
nation?
I will. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Ugh.